Let's talk about the LA Clippers, though. They got a win today over the Miami Heat. Chris Paul, double-double, 19 points, 18 assists in the 98-86 victory. Let's listen to Coach Doc Rivers talking about his point guard, CP3.
He's Groundhog's Day, like we just take it for granted, like not us, but you see his numbers and you don't flinch. You see anyone else on any other team, it's probably 4 or 5 guys, they get those numbers and there's a big, there's not much said, but everybody else, there's a big article about it. CP is just a great player, and he is most nights.
So Chris Paul now reached the 8,000 assist mark, only the 10th player to do that. He's the 3rd fastest player to reach 15,000 points and 8,000 assists, behind only Magic Johnson and Oscar Robertson. Do you think that CP3 kind of gets overlooked? Maybe do fans or the Clippers take him for granted?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think you look at a guy who there's been a lot of criticism over the years of CP3 because of his I'm not going to say, what people deem as an inability to lead a team to a conference final and to an NBA finals. And that's sometimes unfair to me. When you look at this guy, there's so many teams in this league that would love to have a floor general like that as their point guard who's able to distribute and get everyone else involved. You wonder why a guy like DeAndre Jordan is so effective. You wonder why we've seen Blake Griffin get better and better each and every year, adding to his skill set. Sure, a lot of it is their own work ethic and work that they put in. But a lot of that is just playing with CP3, who's so intelligent and somebody that just always has a sense for the game. And I think because he's not a guy that scores 40 a lot, and because he's the kind of guy that we haven't seen in an NBA Finals, you just sort of take it for granted. It's like,
haven't seen him in the conference finals.
Right.
Hasn't even gotten that far.
Right. And I think because of that, we sort of just write it off. It's like, 19 and 18, great.
Yep.
But he doesn't score 50. He's not in a NBA Finals game. He's not in a conference finals game. So, who cares? It's just Chris Paul doing Chris Paul things. When really that's pretty impressive. And I think sometimes we think it's just so easy to just get to a conference finals when, look, the Western Conference has been the superior conference.
Absolutely.
It's the harder conference to make it to a conference finals. And that's not his game to go and score 50. What makes him great and what makes this team go is games like 24 and 14, 19 and 18 like tonight.
Yep.
That's what makes this whole thing, the whole operation go. It's what makes that machine well-oiled when CP3 is distributing it and just controlling the game and pacing the game the way he's able to do. So I think we do take him for granted. I'd love to see him on that next step, and I think this is one of the better opportunities that Chris Paul will have in his career to try to go the whole way, to try to plant his flag at the top of the mountain because, obviously the Warriors are tough. Obviously we know the Spurs are tough, and the Rockets look like a team that would be a very tough out in a playoff series. But when totally healthy, this Clippers team, this is going to be their last go-round, and I think they're capable of giving some of those big three within the West, the Rockets, the Spurs, and the Warriors, giving them some trouble in a 7-game series in the Western Conference Finals.
Clippers playing pretty well right now. They have won 4 straight